your concerns about this sort of defamation, because the organizations, they have written but they do not know how the state is using their report to subjugate us, to eliminate us. Only on the basis of this report, I have received information that the Pakistani authorities presenting this report to various Baloch human rights and political activists, and showing them this is what a European organization is saying, that these organizations are Indian agents, and on basis of this report they have tortured them, threatened them, and that this is what we, not only Pakistan is saying, this is what the international organizations and particularly a European organization is saying. So now you people are, you are, whoever is attached with these organizations is an Indian agent. So this is how the state is using this report against against the not only the Baloch but all other people who are raising their voices politically, or human rights activists, even female activists, students activists. They are showing this report and threatening them. Thank you, sir, for your detailed input. Now I request respected Jamil Maqsood Sahab. Jamil Maqsood, he is a very senior Kashmiri politician. He is attached with UKPNP and he is the Foreign Secretary of United Kashmir People's National Party. He has been raising the issue of Kashmir and abuse of human rights of the Kashmiri people at different forums, including United Nations, European Parliament, and other international forums. So actually I saw one of his picture also in this EU Disinfo report. So now we have him. So respected Jamil Sahab, welcome. So please tell us that after this report, your picture and your name, what sort of feelings you have that this organization has mentioned all these things, what sort of threats you have, particularly after publishing this report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Michael Sahab, for holding this session today. In Brussels with regard to the publication of EU Disinfo Act. Much has already said in the earlier introductory remarks by yourself and also by senior Baloch leader Raja Siddiq Baloch Sahab.
Thank you.
First of all, I would endorse the presentation of Siddiq Baloch Sahab. Each word and each line was true, and you have truly represented the feelings and emotions of the Baloch nation. As Mr. Michael said, that on page 26, the very same organization wrote a paragraph very cunningly and mysteriously, and the same organization tried to save itself from the future consequences of its finding with regard to Baloch, Sindhi, or Pashtun, or activists from Pakistani occupied Kashmir, like me and my colleagues, Sardar Shokti Kashmiri Sahab and Nasir Aziz Khan and others. The way they have mentioned our names and the names of our organizations are totally contrary to the facts. In one line, they are claiming that so and so organizations are part of Indian propaganda at international forums, and in the disclaimer they are giving another impression that these are credible organizations and whatever they are saying is true and genuine. But the way Government of Pakistan has explained that report was very pathetic and poor in its response, especially the response made by Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Shah Mahmood Qureshi, and also at many occasions, the Prime Minister of Pakistan has given the reference of EU Disinfo as the organization was an internal organ of the European Union. Interestingly, most of the people sitting on YouTube and on social media did not bother to read the entire report. It is not 1,000 pages report, it is only 87 pages report, and only 3 pages are important to know the abstract of the entire report, the page 26, page 85 and page 87. I'll give you a short example that where my name is taken from the UN web. It is a UN web TV that telecasts online speeches made by the different representative of the organizations at United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva. And the report is writing that Jamil Maqsood is mentioned by ANI, which is an Indian news agency. Like many news agencies are also operating in Europe, in Pakistan, elsewhere in the world. The most prominent news agency is from France, AFP. And AFP is the most credible news agency. When they spread some news, all the international media take their reference. Similarly, ANI is one of the credible news agency. And the EU Disinfo is saying that while they did not mention that Jamil Maqsood represents so and so organization, but a political or human rights activist. So that was the blame, that was the allegation. It does not support Pakistani claim that by virtue of this small explanation, I became an alienated, or I became a person who act on behalf of the Government of India. Whereas, I am living in Belgium since 2000. So, these are 22 years now, and during these years, right from 5th January 2005, I am involved with the lobbying at the European Parliament and other EU institutions in Belgium, in Brussels. And interestingly, from the first day we were labeled as anti-Pakistan and pro-India elements. Those who are working against peace between India and Pakistan. Whereas, we are the active agents and supporters of peace and tranquility in the region. We are the people who are opposing proxy war, proxy militancy, and using private militia for state agenda or gaining any specific interest. And however, we are called anti-peace, Indian agents, hostile elements, etc., etc. I would like to ask and request the European Parliament internal system those who have invited the Secretary General and the President of EU Disinfo for the hearing, they should have been equally called all the people who were accused in that report, and because of that report, the life was threatened by Pakistani security agencies and the state of Pakistan. After that report, when our dear comrade Shaheed Baloch was targeted and assassinated in Canada last year, many people on Twitter and other social media platforms claimed that now it is the second term is that person, that person, that person, and unfortunately my name was also mentioned in those trolls. I have taken the screenshot, and at any time possible, when I will be invited by any credible institution, I will provide those details and those proofs to the concerned authorities. The American Saudi Hussein assassinated in Sweden. Again, the troll said that yes, we have got the second target, and now it is the person who is living in London or America or Canada or elsewhere in Europe should get ready to be targeted. So this was the subsequent result of EU Disinfo, which was completely and comprehensively, very wrongly elaborated by the state of Pakistan. Last year, a person from UK was caught who was given the task to target Pakistani decent blogger Ahmed Korea, who is living in Holland in exile. So the total sum was done 100,000 pounds, and 5,000 pounds were delivered from Pakistan to UK. We appeal and we request to the Financial Action Task Force, which is a credible institution, to look into this matter closely and ask Pakistan to arrest those who were trying to target dissenting voices outside Pakistan and stop such conspiracies. If not, FATF must act vigilantly and according to UN resolution on terror financing and international terrorism. I want to take some opportunity to explain a few points that the government of Pakistan and the state of Pakistan is plundering our natural resources, depriving local of basic energy needs, deprive people of basic health facilities, deprive local educated youth for jobs on merit, and absence of local body elections have deprived young men to join politics, and we are also facing constitutional stance under Article 7, title Freedom of Association. Sub-Article 3 says, no person or political party in Azad Kashmir shall be allowed to take part in activities which are prejudicial or detrimental to the ideology of state accession to Pakistan. Similarly, Article 56 is contrary to Article 257 of the Constitution of Pakistan. And above all these articles are against the natural spirits of the United Nations Commission for India, Pakistan and UN Security Council resolutions on Jammu and Kashmir. And particularly when they ordered Pakistan to vacate POK, Pakistan Occupied Kashmir and Kashmir Baltistan, and establish a local authority. instead of establishing a local authority, Pakistan right from 1947-48 consolidated its occupation in Pakistani occupied Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan and named it so-called Azad Kashmir. Azad Kashmir means free Kashmir or independent Kashmir. That is not free or independent in any manner, in any fashion. Because the entire administration is controlled by the Chief Secretary, who is a Pakistani bureaucrat. The Secretary of Finance is also a Pakistani bureaucrat. Secretary Health is also a Pakistani bureaucrat, and he used to be a certain Major General of Pakistan military. So by virtue of his post, he is receiving the perks and privileges of two posts. One as a military officer, and secondly as a Secretary of Health. And the entire health system is controlled by the military army medical corps. And they have established combined military hospitals where you will see, you will find armed military men on the main base. So some civilian staff and some local doctors are at their mercy. So they misuse their authority, they misuse their power, even because of the social media. Last year in December, one lady doctor from CMH Muzaffarabad, which is a capital city, uploaded a story on her Facebook page that the military soldiers who are deployed around the CMH or inside the CMH has created such a hostile environment for the young female medical staff and lady doctors that when they try to pass them, they touch them. I have taken its note. I made a commentary on that, and very second day, she was called by the top brass of the military, and she was asked to delete that status. And she was compelled to delete her Facebook status, describing personal agony and personal torment, which she has been facing maybe since many months. Who knows? So this is the situation which our young female, young girls are facing. The local CMH act as a referring authority. When any of the patients will go there, they will tell them, okay, deposit 2,000-3,000 on the reception, and then Major Saab will give you a paper that took the patient immediately to Rawalpindi. That's all. It's all their function. They are not ready to treat them. They are trying to persuade local population that you have to move to Rawalpindi in order to have an education for your children, or in order to have, in order to find primary or essential healthcare assistance if you require immediately. Then you have to establish some small house in Rawalpindi to be used in emergency cases. So this is happening on resourceful areas, whether it is Balochistan or in Sindh or in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa or UK and Balochistan. The most unfortunate part is Gilgit-Baltistan, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, until 2009, that area has been controlled and run by FCR, Frontier Crime Regulations. The law which was established by the British during 18th century to control tribal areas of former Afghanistan, the FATA Act, which is called FATA. And after 2009, the government led by Asif Ali Zardari Sahab presented a Gilgit-Baltistan empowerment package or Gilgit-Baltistan constitutional order, but that was merely a game of the words, and the local assembly was not empowered, the local courts were not empowered, even the chief appellate court has a judge from Punjab or from elsewhere from Pakistan. A local cannot be a judge of that appellate court. And if you want to seek remedy against that court, there is no other constitutional forum. Just because of that, some political activists like Baba Jan, Asghar Ali, Karlai, and many others were awarded 50 to 70 years in jail in 2010 or 2009 or 10. And they were released after constant pressure by us at the United Nations Human Rights Council and other international forums, and also when the United Nations Human Rights Commissioner published a report in 2018 and in 2019, and when they were mentioned. So subsequently, the government of Pakistan has to release them after keeping them in jail for 10 years. And there is no remedy against that illegal confinement and illegal detention. Similarly, another example is from Ipur, where Raja Tanveer Ahmed, the local researcher and human rights activist, he removed Pakistani flag from a square by claiming that this is a public square, so Pakistani flag should not hoist at this place. And he removed that flag very respectfully. One person was filming when he removed that flag, but he was arrested. He was labeled just fabricated charges that he disrespected Pakistani flag and he had no authority to do so and so and so.
I'm sure.
So he has to spend approximately 1 year in jail, and then he was released. In 2013, Sardar Awad Shah was killed. Our party chairman, Sardar Shokhtani Kashmir, is living in anxiety since 1999. So we are all, the Baloch, the Sindhi, and the people from UKPNP are in similar fate under the clutches of deep state of Pakistan. With the last words, I reiterate to continue our peaceful struggle at all possible forums, whether it is Human Rights Council or European Parliament or any other forum. We will continue to speak against treacherous human rights violations perpetuated by the different institutions of Pakistan, and we are committed to that. Thank you very much.